Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to meeting number 194 of Gurugram Professional Toastmasters. Let's start with a round of applause for ourselves. As a Toastmaster mission statement, we provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And many of us have been a true testament to that mission statement when it comes to greater self-confidence and personal growth. We ensure that this happens by a way of a few quick ground rules. Number one being, let's put this noise-making device or other noise-making devices on mute or airplane mode unless required. Let's ensure that no prepared speaker or speaker on stage, for that matter, is disrupted due to an unwitting, unknowing, unmuted connection, or by putting something live in the chat when a speaker is on stage. Let's do it one-on-one, and preferably when there is no prepared speaker or a table topic speaker or any role player on stage. We also ensure that we speak responsibly around controversial topics such as sex, politics, religion, government or organizational policies, etc. So this is not the right platform to discuss these things because there may be guests who may be, someone needs to be on mute. So there may be guests who might not take it very kindly. Last but not the least, let us literally and figuratively be the cheerleader for the speakers on stage. How? By keeping videos on and applauding wholeheartedly the way we want ourselves to be applauded for, as well as sharing things like these emoticons, showing as a token of our emotions, whatever emotions you are feeling. So why don't we do that precisely right now? Everyone, please share some emoticon or the other on your screen. And Nimit, why don't you take a quick selfie right now? Everyone, let's do it once again. And on 3, 2.
Can you please do it? I don't
I
have.
will do it. I'll do it. So let's put the screens on some emoticons on the screens, and I'm taking a quick selfie right now on 3, 2, 1, and take it. We will take another selfie afterwards, probably somewhere around table topics. But as of now, to explain the meeting structure as well as what we are having in store today, and welcoming all the members as the presiding officer for the first ever meeting of this term officially, let me invite the presiding officer of today, someone who has risen through the ranks very, very quickly since joining Toastmasters at this particular club, someone who has never shied away from taking a TMOD role. He's a passionate speaker, as well as someone we thoroughly look up to when it comes to guidance and professional maturity to lead this team to success in the newly begun program year 2025-26. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our presiding officer and president of the club for this term, Toastmaster Parvez Azhar. Parvez Azhar, let's have you on the stage and quick audio video check as is the custom.
So am I audible?
You are audible, you are visible, and you are spotlighted. Please carry it forward.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Anant, for the wonderful introduction and the way you have welcomed me to come on the stage and do the role of the presiding officer. A very warm good morning to all the Toastmasters. I welcome you all to 194th meeting of Gurugram Professional Toastmasters Club. I'm Toastmaster Parvez Azhar, the presiding officer for today's meeting. It's always a pleasure to see such enthusiastic faces who have gathered here to improve their communication and leadership skills. We all know that Toastmasters is a supportive platform where we learn by doing, where we do not just become better speakers, but we also become better thinkers, listeners, and leaders. I would like to acknowledge and thank each role player for taking up the responsibilities that help our meeting run smoothly. Your involvement makes this platform vibrant and enriching. I also welcome all the guests. If someone is there, but according to me, I have not found anyone. Otherwise, I would have requested them to come and introduce themselves and tell us about themselves, but somehow they are not there. So I will just go on. So thank you very much. We are delighted to start the agenda. So it's my pleasure to hand over the control of the meeting to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nimit, who will host us for this session. Before I invite him to come on the stage, I will introduce him. Toastmaster Nimit is a veteran Toastmaster for the last 6 years. He has been elected as VP Education for this term. Professionally, he is a project manager in an IT MNC with 14 years of experience. Let's welcome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nimit Mittal, to come on the spotlight. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope I am visible and audible clearly. Thank you so much for acknowledging, and thank you for the kind introduction, Mr. President Pervez Izhar. I don't know if you know, but let me share and start with a small story. I joined Toastmasters, like Pervez said, 6 years back, when I was at my lowest. My confidence was just shattered. I was an average performer at work. I was a failure in my side hustle, and I was very poor in interpersonal relationships. My confidence was nil, nada. And at that time, someone told me about Toastmasters, invited me to Toastmasters. And I joined Toastmasters only, and I went to that meeting only because I was impressed by that person himself who was telling me about Toastmasters. So I thought, okay, let me go and see what it is. I went to the meeting, and that was just a turning point of my life. And literally, the club also was turning point Toastmasters. And now, cutting that and coming to present on when I'm on the verge of completing 2 paths in pathways, and after speaking on numerous occasions, hosting many formal, informal events as an MC, as a coordinator, and many other opportunities where I have spoken in corporate clubs, I look back at my journey. Uh, by virtue of this meeting theme, I look back at my journey of public speaking and reflect as to what mistakes I made. Why did it take 6 years for me to reach where I am? Why not earlier? And just want to show and tell to everyone as a VP education as well that what mistakes I made in my public speaking journey and what perhaps you can avoid or prevent by learning from me directly, and you don't have to make it by yourself. But before I dive into all these mistakes, let me tell you and introduce you the very platform, the very medium in which I made these mistakes and learned from it. That is nothing but this very meeting itself, where we all have gathered. The prepared speech section in today's meeting will give an opportunity to the prepared speaker today to make those mistakes and even learn from them while practicing and moving forward on their public speaking journey. Next, we will have an interesting section where we all will get a chance to speak on a topic impromptu. We may not be prepared today as a prepared speaker, but yet we have the opportunity to express ourselves and quickly delve into the topic given to us. And lastly is the one which I consider the and regard very highly is the evaluation section, where everyone will get a chance to improve, will be assessed and evaluated. And the evaluator in chief today is none other than two times distinguished Toastmaster Anant Katyaini, who has been a mentor for many and will, with his wit and wisdom today, will provide us a very wholesome feedback. Looking forward to that, and let us bring him on the stage to tell us more.
Hi, Nimit. Thank you. Please confirm if you can hear and see me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters is built around three core pillars, if you can say that like that. Number one being mentorship. So we prepare all our roles and speeches and then deliver so that we are not going unprepared for any of the things. We put our best foot forward. Number two is a curriculum called Pathways. It provides broad range objectives of all the speeches. And this is primarily for the new guests who have just joined, Amit and Ansh, that there is a digital curriculum called Pathways, which we base our speeches on. But the most important fulcrum or fundamental pillar, if you can say, is feedback. There is no point of doing the same thing over and over and over again unless we get a course correction, marginal improvement. So for these marginal improvements, I bring today the evaluation team with my battery of role players. We will have a timer, an counter, a grammarian, and a speech evaluator for dedicatedly evaluating the prepared speaker today. In addition, I will do the brief table topic evaluations as well. There will be a polling at the end of each section. So look forward to that and do participate in the polling. You can, of course, vote for yourself as well. At the end of the meeting, when all the other sections are done in the general evaluation session, towards the end, I will provide my feedback, not just about my role players who will present their reports individually, but also about audience behavior and things in general, what we can improve as a club. So to kickstart the evaluation process, the objectives, let me invite first the timer of this meeting. Timer in this meeting is our veteran Toastmasters now, Toastmaster now, Toastmaster Ravinder. He is a senior corporate professional and has been an inspiration for many of us, including me, with his impeccable learning curve, not just in Toastmasters, but in his professional journey as well. I will always vividly remember his prepared speech when he introduced in Icebreaker his professional journey. And to make you all inspired with his role play today, let me invite Ravinder to explain the role of timer that he will be playing today.
Thank you, Anand, for this wonderful introduction. I hope you all can hear me.
Yes.
All right. So I'll be playing the role of timer. In this role, I will ensure that our meeting conducts in the boundaries of defined time. We have various sections, and for each section, we have the defined time. Prepared speeches will have 5 to 7 minutes, and then we'll have 30-second grace period. I'll be using a tool which is my slider with color codings. So green color I'll be flashing once we achieve 5 minutes here, yellow color once we achieve 6 minutes, and red once we achieve 7 minutes, and then the red stays for that grace period. Similarly, for table topic, we'll have time of 1 to 2 minutes, 1 minute green, 1 minute 30-second yellow, 2 minute red, and that stays for 30 seconds. For evaluation, we'll have time of 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minute green, 2 minute 30-second yellow, 3 minute red, and that stays for 30 seconds more. In the end of this, I will be presenting my report once I'm called upon. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you so much, Ravinder. Folks, bottom line, you don't need to be worried about what color card flashes at what point. Simple rule of thumb is go for the green, start wrapping up by yellow, and when it's red, you have 30 seconds to just sum it up and close. Beyond 30 more seconds, you will be ineligible for a voting. And remember, after each section, there will be a voting where there will be more than one individuals in that particular section. For helping us be cautious about our grammar and not just by individual speaking, but by as a community learning, we have a grammarian in the house who has in probably, flaunting my vocabulary over here. He fits the bill of the prodigal son returns. So he has recently returned to the club fold and joining us straight from Germany. Toastmaster Jaideep Khare, let's have you on the stage to explain the role of grammarian today.
Thank
If you
you.
could hear us.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you, Anand. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As your grammarian for today's meeting, I'm excited to serve this important role. While Toastmaster is a space where we focus on improving our public speaking skills, it's also a place where we can sharpen our use of language. The grammarian task is to observe and provide feedback on the use of language throughout the meeting, which includes both grammar and vocabulary. I will be listening carefully to all of our speakers and will noting down if they do any mistakes like misused tenses, subjects, verb agreement, errors, or awkward phrasing. And then end of the meeting, when the TMOD invited me, I will share my report with all of you. Apart from it, today's word I would like to share. Today word of the day is eloquent. It is an adjective. Its meaning expressing yourself clearly, effectively, and with impact. For example, her eloquent speech moved the entire audience. The eloquent way he described his experience made the audience feel as if they were living them. So I will paste this word of the day also in a chat. So I will encourage if please use this word of the day throughout the meeting. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you, Jaideep, for eloquently sharing your instruction. Folks, remember, we have to do the thumbs up. I just use the word of the day in an adverb form. You can use the eloquence, eloquent, eloquently, and you will be counted for this challenge. Now, for the last but not the least, my role player who is facing a power cut, joining us straight from Shillong, someone who has been a past member at Turning Point and is going to join this weekend our club GPT as full-time member, Toastmasters Sanjida. Sanjida, a consultant with a decade-long experience and someone who is probably missing out on Toastmasters for quite long. So this sense of missing out, the sense of belonging to a place where we all feel connected to each other through this club meeting, Sanjida has made a return. And Sanjida, we are thrilled to have you, our role player today, as our counter. Please explain your role.
Thank you so much, Anand. Just a clarification. I don't have decade experience. I wish I had. I just it will take me another 2.5 years or 4 years to complete that. Coming back, hi everyone. I will be playing the role of our counter for today. And just as Anand said, I am facing power cuts, so I have not turned on my video, and I hope that's okay. Coming back to the role, my role as an R counter will be to note down the filler words as and and plus I'll also be noting down the overused words and the filler words, like I said. And see, I'm the person who is using the R's and Ms for that role. Okay. Anyway, so I'll submit my report at the end of the meeting. I hope I improve in the process as well. So yeah, over to you, Anand.
That's the idea, Sanjida. That's the reason we gave you our counter, because Sanjida is quite aware of her own learning goals for the next 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. I'm sure we all have made our goals because this is the beginning of the program year 25-26. Over the course of next 1 year, what we improve is in our own hands. Hope today's meeting will help you measure your improvement one meeting at a time with the help of my battery of role players, including one speech evaluator who will be introduced in due time. And of course, I will evaluate in very, very short your table topics as well. Look forward to a meeting where we celebrate our errors, mistakes, and we learn from each other's mistake, because life is too short to learn from your own mistake. On that note, I hand over back to our impressive, impeccable, and industrious Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nimit Mittal.
Thank you, Anand, for the 3I introduction. You are indeed very eloquent. As far as the mistakes are concerned, but before I do that, I should be acknowledging the presence of two guests among us, Ansh Jain and Amit Singhal. Welcome to our club. And I hope you enjoy today's meeting, take something away, and also participate in our upcoming table topic section. Now tell me, how many of you get nervous when you come on stage to speak? Surprising to know that Anand still gets nervous. Parvez. And if not now, you might have ever been nervous on the stage in your past, isn't it? Yes, I hope everyone can agree. If not now, at least your first time. What is nervousness? According to me, nervousness is nothing but lack of confidence. And confidence comes from two things: clarity and the ability to communicate. Clarity in terms of what you have to speak, and ability to communicate is nothing but how to express yourself. For me, how to express myself, communicate was never a problem. Coming from a privileged background, privileged schooling, and I have that already in me. However, I was not confident at all in terms of what I have to speak. That is, for me, the content was always the problem. I could not either make time to prepare the content for my speeches, or could not find the appropriate setting or anecdotes or stories to express. And that's the reason I was never ever an impactful speaker. In the initial days, I used to write speeches which were more or less gyan, which were having this bookish language and never really could relate to my own lives. I always felt that I am not able to relate to this topic, and yet I had to speak on that topic. I gradually understood the issue and started implementing more and more humor and filling it with more facts and interesting anecdotes from my own personal life, which I felt is creating more connection with the audience, and that helped. So ultimately, I was not preparing well, and I was not investing much time with myself, with my own thoughts. And that's the reason I was not able to come up with good content. So I will just suggest here that try to invest time with yourself, with your thoughts, invest in writing. And when you write, it is honestly, it is therapeutic. It will give you and it will help you understand what are you from inside, and it will bring in so many interesting stories from your past and from your present and your fascinations, and it will all come in the speeches and make you a more convincing speaker. Let us meet one prepared speaker today, the president himself, Toastmaster Parvez, who is going to attempt prepared speech of 5 to 7 minutes. But what are his project? What is his project and what are his speech objectives? Let us understand from his evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Samir Taneja. Let us have him on the stage
Yeah.
for the evaluation objectives.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. So today, Toastmaster Parvez Rizar is going to present a speech titled Surprises from Smartphone. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech, and the objective of this project, the purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And this is the first speech. So basically, Rizar will get some feedback, and not just me, everyone can provide a feedback, constructive feedback. And in the next speech, in the series of this project, Parvez will have applied the feedback and present a speech to close this project. And I look forward to his speech. And over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Samit. Can we have a quick audio video check now that he has shifted his camera angle? Parvez? Yeah.
Yes, Nimit, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Evaluator, can you do a quick acknowledgement if you can hear him? See
Yes,
him?
yes.
Thank you. I think Parvez, you're good to go. Toastmaster Parvez, surprises from smartphones. Surprises from smartphones, Toastmaster Parvez.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, for inviting me for this speech. Surprises from the smartphone with a touch screen. So let me start by asking a question that how many of you love or like a smartphone with a touch screen? I think everyone likes that. And the reason why we like it, because of the convenience of operating it. It's very easy to operate, it is intuitive, it is interactive, and it is very easy for the people with impaired eyes to use because they can increase the font size and they can very comfortably use it. So there are a lot of advantages for which we all have switched to smartphones with touch screens. But there is a flip side of it also. Sometimes if there is a wrong touch, then there is a mess also that can be created. I'm going to give the example which has happened with me in this year, in the beginning of this year, when I was in Kochi. I was staying in a 5-star hotel, and it was a very relaxed day for me. I was sitting in the hotel's cafeteria and taking my breakfast, relaxing, very comfortably. Suddenly, I got a call from one of my colleagues, and he said that, "Sir, have you posted your bank account details on the WhatsApp status?" And suddenly I was stunned because this was something which is very confidential, and I should not have posted that. If something has happened because of unknowing intention, just by a wrong touch. So I was just taking the coffee, and immediately I found myself, completely shocked that time. I took out my phone and I checked. I found that my bank details was posted on the WhatsApp status. And that bank details was very, very confidential for me because it was something related to a very important thing. So immediately I deleted that, and I told him that I have done it because he was very much curious and he was serious about it. And that's why he had informed me. So, but I did it so fast that I could not check that who all have viewed that status, because when you check, you come to know that the people who have viewed it and seen it, you will come to know exactly who are the people. I did it so fast that I could not record and see all those things, but I deleted it. I was a little bit upset. I was sitting a little bit disturbed. I was trying to calm myself. That time, I got another call from one of my friends. His name was Aman. Aman called me up and he said, and he has shown the same concern. Parvez, you have posted your bank details on the WhatsApp status. And I told him that I have already taken action. So I have deleted it. So it was done. He told me to pacify myself, to make me further cool down. he narrated a very funny story about his friend. His name was Chundilal. Chundilal was an entrepreneur, more than 65 years old, very traditional, very sanskari. Sanskari means cultured, and known to be a respectable person in the society. So he told that one day he saw that a wrong post was there on his WhatsApp status. What had happened? Chundilal, being a very sanskari person, was watching a non-sanskari video on his mobile phone. And that non-sanskari video got uploaded on the WhatsApp status, which he was not aware of. It was just by accident. When Aman saw that, he called him up and he said, Chunni bhai, what have you posted on the WhatsApp status? When Chundilal realized that he had done some mistake, he saw that and he was puzzled. His face turned pale. His heart started racing. He was very upset. But the tragedy of the matter is, he was not knowing how to delete it. And he was jumping around trying to find somebody who could have deleted that. But there was no one at home who could have helped him in solving this problem. Except there was his pet dog, Rocky, at home. He was wearing knicker and he was barefooted. As he was so perplexed and upset, he did not understand what to do. He immediately decided to go outside the house, try to find somebody who is unknown to him and help him to delete that post. With that idea, he ran out of the house. When he was running out of the house, the dog was also, the dog had seen that the master is very much in a distressed condition. Something very wrong has happened because he was not behaving like that in the normal condition. There's something very serious has happened. So he was also started following up, barking as if he was saying that, don't worry, I'm with you, main hu na. So dog was also following behind him. And he was just running in the market, trying to find somebody who was not known to him and helped him. So that was the idea. And he was running from pillar to post to find somebody. It was not easy for him to find someone because people saw him running barefooted and in a knicker. Many of them thought that he is a mad person. So with that idea, nobody was helping him. But in the meantime, Rocky did an incredible job. He ran, he caught the shirt of a young man, and he pulled him and brought him to Chundilal. Chundilal explained because he was breathless, he was in a different condition, and he expressed the problem which he was facing. That young man, being the Gen Z person, knowing what to do with the post, he immediately deleted that. So post was deleted. Chundilal feel relieved, relaxed, very happy. Okay, now I'm saved. Because the post which was in the public domain, people were watching, now it is not there. So he was very much relaxed. That time, Chundilal expressed his gratitude, gave thanks to the young man again and again. Thank you very much kind of thing. As if that he has saved his life. And that time, young man said that, uncle, you would have called me at your home. Why you are so upset? And Chundilal was very upset. How can he know me? Do you know me? Yes, uncle. I'm the friend of your son. And Chundilal thought that he was in the fry pan earlier. Now he's directly into the fire. So this was the very interesting story which people normally talk about and try to laugh at him because what had happened was very, very unique. The takeaways of this story is be mindful with the cell phone because a smartphone, because a wrong touch can create a mess. Try to avoid loading confidential information on the phone so that this type of incident will not happen. And try to lock the phone always so that when you are not using it, it will not give a chance to upload any kind of confidential information on the WhatsApp status. And learn the basic things like deleting and how to set the privacy settings, etc. Also, do not underestimate the power of Rocky because the eloquent job which he had done, that was amazing. So a dog can be your savior. This is what from my side. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Parvez, for re-emphasizing the fact that phones may be smart, but we need to be smarter than the phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, of course, there could be any accident with this technology, and we must be on top of it. No matter whatever it is, we have to be smarter and careful. Let us have 30 seconds of silence, and in this time, please share your feedback with Parvez. Okay. Now tell me, friends, has it ever happened with you that you go onto the stage well prepared, but on the stage at some point of time you go blank? Anyone? You forgot what you had to say. You're lost for your words. You forgot the script, your content, midway during a sentence, maybe. What do you do? Can anyone quickly share what happened and what did you do that time? If you raised your hand, why don't you share?
It happened with me usually during tabletop sessions.
Table topics,
And
okay.
yeah, so whenever it happens, I don't know what to do. I try to check on the timer when he will show the green card, and that's how I'm saved.
Right. So you wait for the green card. But what if it's a real life scenario or you are actual on a physical stage? Ravinder, you might have addressed in your work, at your work, right, to people. What happens that time? What did you do?
So what so happened? I had joined my previous organization as a manager, early
Hmm.
days, aspiring manager, and couple of months later there was big event, and this event, one of director suddenly called my name. I would have done something good and introduced me and appreciated, and they called me on the stage. There were 500, 600 audiences sitting, and he gave three acronyms for me, some humble, um, hungry or something, and asked me to say a few words, and I was completely speechless that time. So I realized that I should have prepared for that a few words. How do I explain, that entire experience for which I've been recognized. So felt really bad about that. Yes. So I just managed just saying thank you and appreciating my team. I could not think of anything, but I appreciated someone else rather than talking about what really we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ravinder, for that encounter which you faced and sharing that story with us. Yes, indeed, it might have happened with us somewhere or the other, if not anywhere else in Toastmasters itself, where we get the stage to speak on. Yeah. And even during our prepared speeches, it happens. So, this has been one of my mistakes, or you can say, in a way, my learning also, that during a prepared speech or addressing the audience, I forget what I was supposed to say next. So I become all nervous and just start getting fidgeting and just throw my hands here and there, thinking what to say next, and all my ahs and ums come in picture. I had long pauses come in picture. But I have realized one thing, that it might be also because of your over reliance on the script. At times when I just learn my script verbatim and go onto the stage that I remember my script, I just have to go and speak it out. And that's where I have faced this, that I forget the script somewhere. Maybe because of the consciousness of the audience listening to me and looking at me or what. But I have realized the over reliance on script should also not be there. And we must be more and more natural while I'm speaking. I suggest that yes, there must be a script, but when there is no script, there must be some mind map or bullet points in your mind, that what topics you have to speak on, what is the flow of your script, your content, and then just speak on it. Transition and everything, you just will develop with practice, and you just speak it out. Be it, you might compromise on the perfectness of the content. However, you will make it up with your natural eloquence and your hand gestures and eye contact. You will make it up for that, rather than just giving it up. So that's your best shot, in my opinion. I'll share very the hack which I did for this was practicing this. Yes, table topics will help, and we will see it in the next section. But the Toastmaster of the Day rule is a perfect example where you can deliver a 10 to 12 minutes speech or content of yours in a broken fashion. Like, for example, the introduction, the prepared speech section, table topics, then evaluation. I will keep coming back, right? So in that way, I don't have to remember each and every one thing. And for the last 1 year or so, let me tell you, Toastmaster of the Day role for me has been an impromptu role. I have never ever prepared at length for the Toastmaster of the Day role. It has been just a 10-minute thought in my mind while I'm walking in the morning. Okay, what I'm going to speak on, or maybe a day before that, what I'm going to speak and how I'm going to organize my content. So that mind map is there here. That blueprint is there, and don't have to rely really on the script. So that's one hack. So practice Toastmaster of the Day and practice in the table topics. That will help you overcome these challenges of forgetting your content and be more natural with the situation at hand. Let us practice in the next section, facilitated by Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Ifat Aslam. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Nimit. And now, here comes the most exciting, one of the most exciting session of Toastmasters meeting, table topic session. There, you need to speak on your feet about the topic just for a minute or two. And I would advise everyone to please use the word of the day, that is eloquent. Here, I would like to ask who would like to go first. Please raise your hands, or I will pick. Okay, Samit has raised his hand. Samit, Toastmaster Samit, have you ever started talking, then forgot what your point was? How did you handle it? Have you ever started talking and then forgot what your point was? How did you handle it? Toastmaster Samit.
Toastmasters, my challenge is not forgetting what I have to speak, but It is about having too many thoughts and which one to prioritize. So for example, if I have a topic, I have also used a sort of mind map in my own brain of the topic. But when I'm speaking, I have at least one or two more ideas and my brain is running too fast at what to focus. So it's about deciding. It's about just prioritizing, just being attentive to the audience and seeing that what is that I need to narrate first so that it makes more sense. So I'll give you some tips. So in professional, start with a context, high level, like overall what we want to do, and then go about the details. Earlier, I made a mistake that earlier I used to sometimes jump into details because I was too thick into the details and I was eager to share that the important details. But I now stepped back and see, because I assume now that instead of the people being familiar with the topic, I assume zero familiarity. So it is helping. So I start with a blank slate, nothing, they don't know nothing, even if they are know about it, but I assume it's nothing. And then I start with a broad level picture, what I'm going to share, what is the objective, just a reminder. And then I start into the detail. And I have to just manage the time, how much level of detail I have. So this is one hack I have discovered and it is working for me. And you might have to change this hack to the different situation, because in Toastmasters, storytelling would be even better. But start with the clarity of what priority your audience wants to hear instead of what you comes to your mind. Over to you.
Thank you. Certainly, you need to have a mind mapping, and then you have to see how many points you want to share, and not have so many ideas, because when you have a lots of knowledge, that lead us to inaction sometime and fogging our minds. Yes, if we have a few points and we concentrate on them, definitely we are going to speak without any difficulty. Now, who is going to be the next one? Okay, there is Amit Singhal. Amit? Amit, uh, can you hear me, Amit? Amit, are you there?
He is on mute.
Okay.
Hello, am I audible?
Hello. Yes, now you are. So, Amit, your topic is, what do you think is better, memorizing a speech or speaking from the heart? Why? What do you think is better, memorizing a speech or speaking from the heart? Why? Amit.
Yeah. This is always better to speak from heart if you are very much proficient in that. But as a beginning in speech, or like you are fumbling or you are not confident on that part, so sometimes it's better to prepare some points. And for example, we need to speech on something for 2 minutes. We need to prepare for at least 10 minutes. I mean to say, if 2 points we need to say, we should remember initially 10 points. So as at least we can remember 2 or 3 points out of 10 when we see we are getting fumble on a few of the points. So point is, when we have content and we are getting confidence on that speech, then we can add on the words or sentences from the heart. So initially, if somebody is not very much proficient in speech, he or she need to start with some of the content, few of the points, then later on pick up with the sentences or following content by heart. So that's what I faced many times. One of the time I got fumbled. So I find this is one of the way we come out of this. Thank you.
Yeah, indeed. What a nugget he has shared with us, that we need to have a few points, and from out of those points, we can speak on a couple of one. And in the beginning, we need to prepare for the speeches. As we become eloquent, we can move on to the can speak from our heart. Now, the next one is Toastmaster Jaideep. Jaideep, your topic is, do you think it's okay to use notes while giving a speech? Why or why not? Do you think it's okay to use notes while giving a speech? Why or why not? Toastmaster Jaideep.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Ifat, for giving me opportunity to speak on this topic. Making a notes is always helpful, so we don't get distracted to the topic which we want to speak. If we have some topics to speak, whether it's at social level or professional level, and we want to make our speech eloquent and powerful, then it's very crucial that we can maintain the bullet points in our notes. And based upon the bullet point, one by one, we can cover and we can share with the audience. So I would say it's a more organized and impactful approach to communicate and share our message and content to the audience. And we have advantage with the notes also, that we don't get distracted, because while speaking also sometimes we get distracted. Suppose some phone gets ringed, or there is someone is standing and going out. So those things, action from the audience also distract to speakers. And we have notes, then it means we are prepared to deliver our speech. And with the help of notes, we can connect from one notes to one point, bullet point to another bullet points, and we can ask audience also, or we can communicate with the audience, interact with the audience in terms of whether they are able to understand our thought or they have any other questions. So I would prefer that notes is a good strategy to apply while delivering the speech. That's it. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it happens when there is some distraction. We forget what we were saying. So that point, if you have some bullet points with you, that definitely going to help us. Okay, then who is the next one? Is there anyone who raised
I think
hands and I couldn't see?
Sangeeta had raised her hand earlier.
Sanjida. Okay, Sanjida. Toastmaster Sanjida, the topic for you is,
Wait. Please, audio video check once.
Yeah. Sanjida, can you hear me?
Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes,
Am I
you are.
visible as well?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see
If
myself.
you,
Okay.
yes, Toastmaster Sanjida, if you could go back in time and fix one public speaking mistake, what would it be and why? If you could go back in time and fix one public speaking mistake, what would it be and why? Toastmaster Sanjida.
Not taking a chance. To answer your question, I used to fear judgment a lot. How I speak, because I come from Northeast India, and the way the North Indians and the South Indians and the West Indians speak, I used to feel a little bit behind them when I'm speaking to them. And I feel, because of lack of exposure, there always has been a little bit of inferiority complex. So to that, I used to feel, if I go and give speeches in front of others, people will notice me, people will judge me, and they will make fun of me. So not speaking, not taking chances is what I have always regretted. The second thing is that whenever I get a speech slot, I used to think I'll make pointers and I'd be able to make stories. But that is not how it happens when I am speaking in front of a screen. Physical presence and online presence are two different things. And this is what I learned about myself. When you are speaking in front of public, like face to face, things naturally flows because you're not seeing yourself. But here there is a barrier that you can see yourself, you can see your moves. So I guess like number one would be not taking chance. Number two is not practicing more, not utilizing the speech slots. Even when I know that, it's very difficult to get a speech slots in DTM and this club as well. So again, to wrap up or to sum up, I believe had I written down and practice more, taking out time, again, this is third point that I like to highlight, is that whenever I get a chance, I should have printed out my script and started practicing by myself. And the more I practice, I guess like but the better would I be. Yeah, over to you, Effect. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjita. Yeah, there is a fear of judgment, and we all have complexes. And by this Toastmaster give us a chance to combat our fears, whatever they are. And now you will get a chance also in a club to deliver your speeches as well. So who is going to be the next?
Last topic for today, Ravinder raised hand.
Ravinder?
Yep.
Okay. Toastmaster Ravinder. What's worse in a speech? No eye contact or too much pacing? Defend your answer. What's your words in a speech? No eye contact or too much pacing?
Can you
Ravinder.
repeat? No eye contact and too much
Pacing, speaking fast.
pacing. Okay. I think it is both are not good. If you don't have eye contact, you don't relate with your audience. It's like you are just talking to yourself, you are not talking to your audience. So eye contact makes a difference. It make your audience to pay attention what you are saying. It's very important. Coming to pacing, that's even more worse. So not everyone is a good listener and is able to understand and relate what you are trying to say. Obviously, when you are speaking, you are not talking some general thing, you are talking something important. And pacing is something which some people have, they're very fast, and they believe that more more the pace they are, maybe better speaker, but that's not true. You should learn to take pauses, allow audience to digest what you are saying, relate with that, and then you go to the next message which you want to give. I think both are important, but if you ask me which is worse, pacing is more worse than eye contact. And if you can control both of them, you can become more eloquent speaker. I've been also struggling and trying to improve in this journey. I believe I'll be successful, not now but later. But I believe always, a minor improvement makes a difference. So I'm going with that philosophy. Thank you very much.
Yes, what a thought. Both are important. And you have been becoming eloquent day by day. And I have seen your journey. And you represented our club in the division level as well. So thank you everyone for taking part in this very interesting session. And with this, I would like to hand over the virtual podium to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nimit.
Thank you so much. Madam Toastmaster, and all the speakers. Can we have a round of applause for everyone? Glad that the topics were with the theme of this meeting and everyone participated could speak well on the topic. Moving on, the third mistake which I made in my journey of public speaking was not a mistake, it was a blunder. When we transitioned to online meetings in the COVID era, the year was 2020. It was, yes, easier to give speeches, to write speeches. We had more time, and it was easier to get the project done and dusted. While it was more convenient, it also unconsciously becoming more and more ineffective. I started making this mistake of giving speeches in front of the screen to my online audience, receiving the feedback, but never really implementing it. Okay, project done, done and dusted, mark it complete in pathways, go to the next. Forget what the evaluator said. I don't care. I have to complete my project. I have to complete my level. And I started preparing for the next project. But sooner than later, I realized that this was a mistake I was making. It was for over an year. I was just repeating the same mistakes. The pattern was the same, and I could never change it because I never accepted the fact that you are not really taking the feedback, be it from your evaluator, be it from your mentor, and actually changing your speaking pattern or preparations. When I started doing that, and when I started challenging myself to do that, I took up the engaging humor path, which was just outside my forte. And then when I started doing it, I realized that yes, I could have done it much earlier, and I could have become a much better public speaker and much earlier. So I consider this as a blunder don't to not pay heed to the evaluator and to the mentor. I hope you do not do that, and let us head to the evaluation section where I really request you to please make notes thoroughly of the general evaluator and the speech evaluator and challenge yourself to not repeat the same mistake and come back after incorporating that feedback with much more confidence in the next meeting. Thank you, and over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Please confirm if I'm audible and visible. Great. As we discussed and as Nimit elaborated very eloquently, Toastmasters is all about learning from yours as well as the mistakes others commit in good spirit and commit more mistakes, newer mistakes in future. So, but not repeat the same mistake which you have done earlier. In that spirit, let me invite my evaluation team, starting with prepared speech evaluator, Toastmaster Sameep. Sameep, if you are ready. Quick
Yes.
audio video check.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, you can begin.
Toastmaster Parvez today delivered an eloquent speech about being careful with our mobile phones. He started with a question which anyone could say yes to, but that was the twist. Like everyone, are they using smartphones with a touch screen? Yes. He got us hooked because it was a topic that we could actually we are so engaged with 24/7 almost, some of us. What I liked was that his calm delivery. He was standing, he had expressive hand gestures, and he had personal stories and a tone of humor, ease and humor throughout, of a topic which the importance, the gravity of the topic was very important, but bank account got shared and an embarrassing situation created by our just being careless or not knowing some basic fundamentals, which you shared the tips at the end. I'll come to suggestion because as a professional and as a as an expert speaker, I would want to take it to even to the next level. And to be honest, it was such a engaging. I was really enjoying it, and I had to really look back and see what I could suggest. I noted two things. One is that he could avoid hand clasping, which could be an easy fix because when you're expressing something, then the resting should come at a resting place, not clasp position. That makes it a bit of a defensive gesture. So that was not the intention, and that is not the speaker is was defending, but it is just appears as if some security for that. That can be avoided. And the second would be to just pause a bit. Again, a professional level suggestion that, for example, at every important twist in the story, he did not know how to delete the message. Just pause 1 or 2 seconds. Or I was that he had shared to a friend of his son. So again, that was a very important moment in the story. So just pause. With that, a really engaging story with humor and a lot of storytelling skills came across, and very important tips at the end, expressive gestures, and with a small twist in just being over, keeping hands free and having a pause that will take it to the next level. Really enjoyed the story and important message. Over to you, General Evaluator Anand.
Thank you so much, Sameet. Wonderfully, eloquently spoken. I particularly loved how you had a consistently empathetic tone throughout while encouraging the speaker. And I think Speaker Parvez smile on the face while listening to the feedback says it all. Let me invite my tag team in the order of grammarian, then our counter, and then timer. So in that order, Jaydeep, let's have you on the spot. If you are ready, let us know.
Yes, I'm ready.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. So today everyone has delivered wonderful speech, and I was able to found any grammar mistakes. So I will share overall report. Nimit as a TMD, he has used word of the day eloquent one time, and good uses like blueprint in mind, done and dusted. Don't paying heed to evaluate and mentor. And one good uses that phone may be smart, we need to be smarter than phone. Then Anand as word of the day, he has used 3 times. Sameef has used 1 time. Parvez has used 1 time. Toastmaster Ifat has used word of the day 2 times. And Ravinder as a tabletop speaker has used word of the day a single time. And good phrases, one bad phrase I found that one ground mistake here that speaker has used, which has happened with me. Actually, it should be which was happened with me. So that's it from my side. I would like to hand over back to Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you so much, Jaydeep, for your careful and quite keen listening. I'm sure this role must not have come easy, given that today so many engaging and quite involving speeches were delivered, but you did your best and we are proud of you. Great job, buddy. Let's have the R counter, another person who has made a quick return to the club, Sanjida. If you are ready, let's have you spotlighted for our counter report.
I am ready. Can
Sure.
I share my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm back with my report. As you can see that Parvez has used 3 R's, 1 arm, 1 butt, and he has used 2 which should be here. Nimit has used 3 R's to but, and there were like long pauses in between. Sameep was really good throughout, although he has used but 1 or 2 I's. Ifat has used 2 R's and she was good throughout. Amit has used 8 R's, 1 time so, and he has repeatedly used N 3 times. Jaideep has used also 3 times. Ravinder, there was long pauses, and me, of course, like I think I'm the highest person here. 4 R's, 2 ums, 2 likes, 2 repetitive words of again it should be here, and 2 other long pauses. And of course Anand is great, so I don't have anything written for him. Over to you, Anand.
Sangeeta, you will not get any extra marks by these false praises. Even I had R's and ums. I was about to tell that as my recommendation in the report that you can involve me as well. But given that you joined a bit late, so you may have missed out on my G intro as well as my sergeant at arms. But I take right now I said but twice. See, so I am also having repeated words. But that's okay as long as we are aware and trying to consciously minimizing them. And in that spirit, I believe, Sangeeta, you did a great job by counting and not just counting, but displaying the report for all of us to consume. I'm sure people, we will count it today and compare with the next week's performance, and this is how we will improve. On timer part, I think Ravinder is ready with the timer report. So Ravinder, over to you.
Hi everyone, thanks Toastmaster Anand. So I have my report ready. Prepared speeches, Pervez, you took 8 minutes 25 seconds, which is beyond the limit of 7 minutes 30 seconds. I think it was so engaging, like we all of us, and you also got lost in that interesting twist which came in the last minute. So it took 8 minutes 25 seconds. I think that make it disqualified. Table topic, Sameep, you took 1 minute 40 seconds, very much in time. Amit Singhal, you took same 1 minute 40 seconds, very much in time. Jaideep Khare, you took 1 minute 30 seconds, very much in time. Sanjita, you took little longer, 2 minutes 25 seconds, but again very much in time. I think I took around 2 minutes. Evaluation section, Sameep, you took 2 minutes 51 seconds, very much in time. That's all from my side. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you so much, Ravinder. That was, of course, not just a tight report, but also you were quite diligent with your timing signals throughout. You tried to join with the secondary device. Even if that didn't happen, I think that was not required in today's case. You had a flawless kind of role display. Great job. I'm launching a few polls. First for best Fox role player for timer, accountant, and grammarian. I'm marking my choice over there. I think you all should mark your choice as well before I give my general remarks as well as a sweeping remark for all the table topic speakers who are quite fabulous today. While you do that, allow me to welcome one distinguished, illustrious guest who has just joined in, distinguished Toastmaster Padma Kumar. Hi Padma, how are you?
Good, sir. I'm sorry, I think I'm joining towards the
Yes.
end of the meeting.
So we have shifted our timing to 11 a.m. start time and 12:30 as closing time. And this will be a much more professional, kind of an advanced level meeting where we will have very stringent feedback going forward, as well as quite tightly bit from agenda. But new look, how are you doing these days?
They're going good, doing good.
Okay.
Happy to see you all.
We are thrilled to see you, even for a brief while towards the end. Folks, 1 minute is up. I am launching the poll for best table topic speaker. Please mark that as well. 5 choices: Sameep, Amit, Sangeeta, Jaideep, and Ravinder. In a quick sweeping remark for all the table topic speakers, all of you spoke quite comfortably between the minimum and maximum range. as well as all of you had quick ideas generating. I think the credit should go to our table topic master for giving easy, comprehensible, related to theme kind of topics. So great job, Ifat. You made the table topic section really, really smooth, and that displayed in the performance of all the table topic speakers. Some of you did analytical poetry, some of you went into storytelling. So either is okay, as long as if there is one challenge that I can throw, not a recommendation, that is try to tap into your memory bank and come up with a personal story or example, or maybe something as commonplace and daily life as yesterday or today. That will make it on the spot, truly a table topic, but in a sense, quite professional speaking as well. The only reason we face challenges in table topics is because we treat it quite different from how we speak in daily life. In daily life, we don't have that spotlight pressure. We are quite conversant in our daily experiences. Why can't we do that here as well? Let's try to have that. Instead of the pressure to impress people, let's express with our own daily life examples. That's my challenge for all of us today. Now comes the remarks about our Toastmaster of the day. We connected a couple of days back. He asked me suggestions, what theme can I take? Because nobody else is ready to take a theme. So first of all, I think today we need to solve this challenge. It should not be Nimit or me or Parvez to take up the TMODs every time. Let's rise up to the challenge. Why do you think you cannot take general evaluator or, for that matter, TMOD roles just because you have recently joined or you have not taken that in long? Why? I think you should be going with that attitude. Hey, I will take up the role. I don't have a theme right now, but I will connect with Anant or Nimit or Parvez or Ifat tomorrow, day after tomorrow. We'll figure out a theme. That's how Nimit did. I suggested him a few ideas. I will share one idea that I actually gave him as first priority. Comparison between Bangalore and Gurugram life. And I thought this will trigger quite a few people. But Nimit went ahead with a safe choice this time. That is 3 mistakes in my professional journey as a public speaker. Great job, Nimit. The way you compartmentalized, scattered your experiences, the 3 points across the 3 different sections, and not just that, connected them to the upcoming role players introduction as well. That shows, even though you are quite lazy in getting your DTM title, but that's a very distinguished kind of thinking. Great job. If there is something that I would probably challenge you, that will be to make it more visual, if possible. Involve maybe the guests, the non-role playing audience as well. Get them to come on the stage, get their videos on, because that's what we face as challenge. Even now, our guest Amit, who spoke quite eloquently in the table topics, is still with video of everyone else has videos on. So how about, thank you. So how about getting role players as well as non-role players involved in the meeting? I think this is the right moment where we can take our selfie as well. How about that? Can we? All the videos are on. Nimit, help me out this time. Everyone, let's have our
Padma sir with their new look. Yeah.
Reaction buttons on.
I won't be able to take the selfie. Sorry, I don't have the access.
I've taken one. See, even I don't have access, but the feature I have on my tablet is I just swipe it across and it takes the screenshot. So that's purpose done. My highest praises are reserved for Parvez today. You know why? Not as a prepared speaker. Of course, that was a pressure situation already. But the way he conducted, very calm and composed manner, the presiding officer role. Parvez, amazing job, man. As a presiding officer, you did everything by the textbook, as well as added your personal touch and invited the TMOD with some kind of thoughtful introduction. Brief, not long, but some kind of, an in-person kind of feeling. So we felt like a friend is inviting another friend. So that friendly tone and demeanor, though a couple of guests joined after the TMOD had come on the stage, I'm sure whenever you are presiding officer, you will always involve the guests as if they are family members. So my compliments to your leadership journey, the beginning of your presiding officer tenure, the president tenure. We have done a great job as a bunch today. A quick remark about some audience behavior. One is we have to be careful about the names, both written and spoken. So Parvez, why don't you say your full name, how you speak it? How do you say your surname?
Surname is Izhar.
Izhar. So every one of us has been speaking it as Izhar.
Yeah.
And so please help us correct our behavior.
Okay.
I recognize it only after Sameep actually called it correctly, Izhar. So everyone, it's Parvez Izhar.
And I think it is that pyar ka izhar, right? I knew it.
Yeah. The same way, I think we spoke Ifat's name as Ifat as well. It's Ifat Aslam. So we have to get the names correct. The same way, I think in some of our tag team reports, the spellings of, let's say, Jaideep was incorrectly spelled. Subtle details, but when we have someone from an outside country, since it's an online meeting, an advanced kind of professional club meeting, we have recurring guests from many different nationalities as well. Sometimes there are Egyptians or New Zealanders or Saudi Arabians or, for that matter, Americans or Europeans. Different nationalities have their own different ways of speaking their own names. For example, Sean. For a long time, I used to speak it as Sean. It's Sean. In most of the countries, it's pronounced as Sean. That was my learning. And of course, in Toastmasters. But ladies and gentlemen, let's be careful about speaking names because they have the potential of impressing or offending individuals. Of course, we are sitting among friends, but this is my number one lesson as an appeal, as a general evaluator.